Hey everybody, it's Roman, and a little bit of a different kind of video here. We're just gonna throw some TF2 gameplay in the background, maybe a little bit of ambient background music, and we're gonna talk about the year in review. We're gonna talk about 2023 and how it's been for me. We're gonna talk about what we've been up to here, what I've been up to, and I might get a little bit vulnerable in the video. Talk about what have I gone through, what have I been doing. And what can you expect from me going forward on this YouTube channel and in my musical pursuits? Just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit since we are at a pretty not insignificant number of followers or subscribers. I mean, I think we're at 480 last I checked. And hey, you know what? That's not terrible. That's not bad at all. I'll tell you what. When I first started recording multi-tracks a few years ago, well, first off, I wasn't all that great at singing, and you could argue I'm still not. But I'm not the singer I was when I first started this YouTube channel. I remember when I hit 50 subscribers, it was a big deal. I remember when I hit 100 subscribers, it was a pretty big deal. I've never been one to carefully follow the subscriber count on this YouTube channel, I gotta be honest. It's not something that I've ever been like, oh man, I gotta get to a certain number of subscribers. I gotta be honest, it's just something that I kind of do on the side for fun. And I record these multi-tracks. I put them up here mainly for my own archival purposes. I put them up here with the intent of being able to look back in a year's time, a couple years' time, and seeing if I've gotten any better as a singer, if I've gotten any better as a musician. And I think that I have. I look back at some of the ones that have gotten pretty decent view counts up in the thousands. I look back on it and, oh man, not the greatest singing I've ever done in my life. I've done a lot of work with my good friend Ben Harding, who used to be the baritone of my quartet, but is still my quartet freelance, obviously. Who is still a fantastic friend to me, who is a mentor, and I've done a lot of work with him in the past couple years to be in a little bit of a better place vocally. I've been struggling with some vocal health issues the past few months. Really bad acid reflux. Can't seem to stay healthy. Can't seem to stay away from those colds. You know what I'm saying? And my voice hasn't been in the best shape as a result. So it has been a little bit frustrating. And the amount of tracks that I've been making recently has been going down. I've been dealing with some sinus stuff that's you might be able to hear it in my voice. I'm a little bit more nasal than you might be used to. And just that kind of stuff, right? Life-wise, what's going on in my life? Well, it's actually it's been quite an eventful year for the young fellow over here. Last year, in November, my mother passed away pretty unexpectedly, and I ended up in Utah. Because I needed somewhere to live. I lived with my mother, and I had some pretty cool family out here in Utah that was really willing to take a chance on me. I gotta be honest, guys, these guys had no idea who I was. I had never met these guys. The only member of my family that I had any real knowledge of, that I even knew existed, was my Uncle David. It turns out I have four really cool cousins out here, my Aunt Brianna. And they took a bit of a shot. They took a real shot of faith on me and let me get my life back together. Let me get back on my feet. I mean, you gotta think. That's ballsy, right? That takes cojones, right? I mean, let's make no mistake. They invited me in as a freshly 21-year-old guy into their house for 6 months. And they didn't have to do that. And I'm incredibly thankful for it. It's been a very difficult year, grieving the loss of my mother and learning to process our relationship because it was not the best. And, that's putting it lightly. She was an alcoholic, and that's what did her in. Learning to process the PTSD from my upbringing, and learning how to cope with that in a healthy way. I got my first apartment in May of this year, and I was out on my own as an adult. And there have been times where it's scary, but most of the time I've been like, this is that next step that I've wanted to take for some time. I feels like it took me a little bit longer than I would have liked to get there, but here we are, right? There's no use comparing yourself against anybody other than yourself, and it's just been a year of, at times, painful growth, but constant growth, and learning experiences, learning how to navigate things as a real adult out there, and it's been very rewarding work. I joined a new barbershop chorus in Salt Lake City. As you guys may or may not have known, I sang with the Saltaires. No, I didn't sing with the Saltaires. That's the group I joined. I sang with the Sound of Illinois for several years. I joined in February of 2020, which you guys are history buffs. I'm sure you can do the math and figure that's a terrible time to do anything for the first time. Joined Sound of Illinois in 2020, sang with them for several years, and I was heartbroken to leave them behind. Those are guys that still to this day I look forward to seeing every time I go back to Illinois for barbershop functions, and I missed them deeply, but I have a new barbershop family in Salt Lake City, the Saltaires. I have made fantastic, hopefully lifelong friends in the Saltaires. Huge shout out to Mischief Quartet, who has been incredibly gracious to me, letting me sing with them every Tuesday. No, not Tuesday, that was Sound of Illinois. Man, I'm getting my stuff mixed up here. I don't think I'm going to edit this out either. We're going to just have one raw cut of audio. Wednesday nights, that's when we rehearsed. We're moving to Monday nights, so that'll be fun. But yeah, every Wednesday night, these guys are letting me hang with them before rehearsal, letting me sing tags with them after rehearsal. LED has been a great friend of mine. I'm going to shout him out. Really fantastic tenor. Good to see him on the international stage. How about it? And all the Mischief guys, all the Saltaires guys. I got to compete with the Saltaires in the 2023 International Chorus Contest, which I really had no image in my head that I was going to be able to do that, but thanks to some really serious help from the chapter, I was able to make the trip. And that's barbershop right there. You know what I mean? That is truly what it's all about, and that's what keeps me coming back. It's the community. You get hooked by the chords, and then the people really keep you there. It's a great community of people here in the Salt Lake City, the Wasatch Front area. And I couldn't be more thankful. Where are we at now? Well, I've still got my quartet freelance. We are somehow through a baritone change. Ben Harding he's a busy man. He's a really busy man, and he couldn't be the baritone of our quartet anymore. So he stepped down gracefully, graciously, where it went as well as replacing a member could go. Right? No, zero ill will between anybody in the quartet, but we did have to find a new baritone, and we replaced him with another one of my best friends from Reno, Nevada, by the name of Max Coxon, who hosted Acaville Radio with me for a good bit of time, and who we're trying to get a podcast started, actually, but we can't find time to link up and actually get the thing off the road, funny enough. That's going to be really great. We're going into our third year. Our second year as a fully long-distance quartet. In 2023, in September, we got our first pin. We got third place at the Illinois District Contest. And I can't tell you how thrilled we were to receive that honor. As a long-distance quartet, trying to stay together by the skin of our teeth, to be able to show up and do that really meant a lot to us. And to be able to carry that on into next year is something that we're very excited about. That's where we're at, quartet-wise. Those three are best friends of mine, and Ben's still around to coach and to give guidance. And now that he's out of the quartet, we're a lot younger. And that's not a knock on him. That's just he's kind of a mentor figure. You know what I mean? Great guy. We're glad to have him around, and I love this group of guys that I sing with. Listen, I got to be honest. It really has been a tough year in many regards. The mental health is something that I'm constantly watching. You have your ups and downs with grief. You have some good days, you have some bad days. Sometimes the bad days go away for a little bit, and sometimes they come back. Sometimes you have a few of them consecutively. And it's just a constant game of managing that in a healthy way. And that's kind of what the YouTube channel's been for me. Just a creative outlet, a way to, sing into the void or sing to whoever decides to watch the videos. If I upload a bad meme, my friend's in there, or "Ooh, shoot the moon," that one, our current second place Rocky Mountain District Quartet, who will be going to International in Cleveland, by the way. Huge props to them. Saltaire's Chapter Quartet. I made that video and they seem to like it. This is just kind of a place for me to shout out into the void. And if the void answers back, great. That's been my philosophy with this channel. Don't expect high quality production value from this. I have a pretty solid microphone and I can upload stuff, but this has never been a project where I'm super concerned about value. This is, about production value at least. This has been something for me to just kind of blow off steam and do when I get home from work. And we're nearly at 500 subscribers. I know that's not a massive number in the grand scheme of things, but it's a nice round looking number, you know what I mean? It's a solid number. And for everybody that has subscribed, thank you very much. For my friends that have supported me through this entire year, excellent. I'm thrilled that you guys are around. You know who you are. I have great friends. I have great people in my circle, and that's something I've really learned to lean on this year. I have had a tendency in the past, and frankly, I still struggle with it, where I tend to self-isolate because I don't want to be a burden on the people around me. But if you're like me and you have amazing people in your corner, which I do, I truthfully do. I can't count them all. When you have good people in your corner that care about you, you have to lean on them. And if you think you don't, you're probably wrong. If you think you don't have people in your corner, you're most likely incorrect, man. I have really, through this entire process of picking my life up and putting it 1,500 miles away from where I've lived my entire life, with pretty much no warning, I've learned that people are good. I've really learned that people are good. And even when they're not good, they're still probably trying to be good. I've learned a lot about grace and humility and these fantastic human qualities that I see in all my friends and family. It's very important to me. Very important to me to keep that in mind going forward, that I really do believe that people are good. It's Christmas today. I just got back from pretty nice looking breakfast, cinnamon roll, as I've had cinnamon rolls on a Christmas morning for as long as I can remember. And my new family, hey, you know what? They have Christmas rolls. They had cinnamon rolls for Christmas. They might as well be Christmas rolls. They had cinnamon rolls on the menu, and that's all I could really care for, really. And there were gifts. But man, cinnamon rolls and family right there, bam. You can't get much better than that. Now I'm just kind of sitting here on Christmas Day, waiting for the next events to happen, waiting for the next part of the day, and I figured I just wanted to chat. I wanted to look at my microphone, get really intimate with my pop filter because it's right in my face, and I just wanted to give you guys an update and tell you what's going on with the channel, what's going on with me, if you even care. Hey, maybe you do. Maybe there's a chance that you do, and if you made it all the way through this, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that a lot. And maybe the TF2 footage that you're watching, it's probably not all that good anyway. I think I'm playing medic on Dust Bowl, and I'm not a good medic, and I'm not good at TF2 anymore. But there it is, and I might throw on some ambient music in the background as well. Maybe some like who's the guy that makes all the McLeod? McLeod, the guy that makes all the royalty-free music, right? Yeah, you're probably going to be listening to a track on that. But I think I'm going to wrap this up. We're getting to be about 15 minutes here, and I don't think I need to yap any more than that. But once again, thank you so much for your continued support this year. I love you guys. I love you guys a lot, and I hope I can stick around for a lot longer. I look forward to recording more music for you guys. I look forward to seeing you guys at conventions and seeing you guys in the future. Click like and subscribe, Click like if you liked the video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Rippin' Steve Dangle. Rippin' his outro bar for bar. My apologies. But thank you very much for everything, and take care, everybody.